What's happening, y'all? What's happening? It is Wednesday. It is Hump Day. Welcome back to AYO, the show where you are not a victim, but you're a volunteer to invigorating conversation. It's Wednesday at 9 o'clock. We back in the building. We are excited to be back. I love Wednesdays, yo. I was saying that in the car, like, yo, Wednesdays is everything. It's like we made it through half of the week, so I'm excited. And I love being here with you guys, of course. I love you.
With them or us?
No, with y'all and them.
All right, well.
With y'all, right.
Right, nigga, we made it.
We made it.
Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. What's going on? What happened?
Nigga, we made it.
Yeah.
We made it.
This guy. Anyway, welcome to Wednesday, everybody. Middle of the week, close to the end of the week. Hope everybody had a great week after the that was the Super Bowl of Sunday.
Yeah.
Seemed like everybody around local and wide is happy about the Eagles W.
A-G.
You're an Eagles fan? You said you're not. You just root for the Eagles.
I actually like the Giants, right?
Yeah, but why you root for the Eagles?
I
know it has to do with something.
What it has to do with?
It has to do with a dude.
It does not. Oh my God.
It could be your
So
son.
disrespectful.
It could be your son.
No, it has nothing to do with my no dude. I mean, I represent the Eagles. I'm representing Philly. We
Are
all
you
in the
representing
tri-state
Philly?
area.
Why is that?
Because I believe in them. They good
You
people.
like the underdog?
Nah.
That's
Yeah, the underdogs. What you mean?
That's what it is?
Oh, man. You always believed in them?
What, the Eagles? Yeah. I did.
I feel like that was like a summertime
I did.
switch.
No, it wasn't.
Summertime vibe.
We're going to turn it over.
It's a fact.
No, it really wasn't. I've always rooted for them. You know what I'm saying?
All right. That's cool.
Coming from New York, yeah, close by.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
yeah, they said you say that.
Yeah.
What I
Coming from New
I'm
York,
so
you just dropped to the
stupid.
Eagles?
New York
Stay
has
with the
two
Giants.
teams.
I
And
didn't
you
drop to the Eagles. Giants is still it.
Let me
What
stop.
you talking about?
But you root for where you at. You local.
Right.
So, I understand.
So sometimes she was a Jets fan.
No,
Right? Sometimes she was a Giants
That's
fan.
crazy.
Anyway.
I just felt like it was attached to a guy.
It was not to a guy with my son.
That's what I said.
No.
It didn't have to be a man.
My son ain't know nothing about football.
He
He was
don't?
raised by a female.
What that mean?
So the most he knew
not
about
an Eagles
football
fan?
was, yeah, he is now.
All right.
Because his dad is.
I was just
because
looking
of
it
the
up,
guy.
baby.
No,
I was
that's
just
what-
looking it up.
My son is an Eagles
Keep
fan
it
because
up.
of his dad.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
an Eagles fan before
Coach
that.
to coach, baby.
No.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's
yeah,
what it
we're
is.
not gonna make this. It's
We're
not
not-
my hot seat.
It's not your hot seat?
It's not my hot seat.
Nah, it wasn't a hot seat. I
It's
just
gonna
don't
be-
understand where it
yeah,
came
it's
from.
gonna be
Facts.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in with us. Shout out to all our Hottest Live family. As always, thank you for tuning in with us. If you want to join tonight's show, hit us up at 302-272-9772. To all our Facebook Live family, as always, we love you guys and we thank you guys for tuning in with us as well. We are in for an exciting show tonight. But before we get started, let's say what's up to the fellas. They want to drill me about the Eagles. What's happening? G, baby.
Saving lives and getting money. That's all we do.
Here we go. Saving lives.
Made it like a month without saying it.
You did. I thought I was good. Guess not.
Keeping lives.
Saving lives
money.
and
That's
making
all
money.
we do.
That's
I
all
hear
we
you.
do.
Anyway,
Definitely. So, Corey, what's happening, dude?
everything good.
Okay.
Middle of the week. It's been a long
Hasn't
few
it
days
gone?
though. Damn,
Hasn't it?
man. Like,
It really has.
oh man, work's killing me. I've been in training for like 2 days. I got another day tomorrow. Tearing me up.
But
Going all the way to 5 o'clock too. Like, you think you want to get out early, but not so much.
not gonna happen.
Not at all. Not
Yeah,
at all.
they,
But it's cool.
That's how they do sometimes. That's how they do. But I mean, you know what? We making that money though.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
if we get that paycheck,
Yeah.
we ain't got no complaints.
My daughter was sick. She stayed home from school today. I texted her this morning and told her that we was gonna do some. She's in driver's head. Ugh. You hear what I just said? She's in driver's head.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, so she'll be 16 this year. Yikes. But
You getting
wants to
old, boys?
I know, but she wants to go out and drive. So I told her, let me know when she's free because she got a busy weekend. She had a couple parties she's going to this weekend. So I
must
said
be
to her,
nice.
let me know when you want so we can go drive. And she never texted me back. Then I found out her mom said that she was stayed home sick. She was introduction to the flu, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, she called her mom. She asked her mom, she said, did daddy check on me? Did he hit you up? Because usually when I'm sick, he's like over the top. I'm like, well, I text Shay this morning. She never responded, right? But then she finally responded to my text and says, Dad, The Lord's calling me home. I said, girl, don't you ever say that.
You know what?
Right.
Not funny.
Especially with the flu. The
Right.
flu was like a serious.
It's a serious thing right
yeah,
there.
it's real out there.
So I had to stop by and put eyes on her.
Right.
There you
And
go.
she's good though. She's watching something on TV and curled up looking like a Grinch. But she's
Okay.
cool.
She just need a little bit of a father though.
Yeah,
Like, sometimes they just need a little bit of something.
Yeah,
Of course.
she just did that.
Of
So
course.
it was cool. Everybody cool though.
That's cool. Shout out to Ashley Burton. Shout out to Skip Waller, our producer in the Black Cat Studio. Tune in with us. Shout out to Tiana Jackson. Tydrea. Baby, I'm sorry, babe. Tydrea, shout out to you. Cheryl Warner. Shout out to you, Lydna Gardner. D.O.
What's up,
friend,
Cheryl?
what's happening, baby? Cheryl.
That's what Why is
Listen,
that?
It's her. It's her.
I
It's
need
nothing to do.
glasses, y'all. I need glasses.
It's not glasses.
I need glasses.
It's your
What is it?
pronunciation, though.
It's my
from the city.
pronunciation.
It's not okay, Tydrea. You give it a pass.
Tydrea, I'm sorry. Listen, because I've been told I'm just so New York so much that I be trying to like really like tame it. I do.
Because of your accent.
Yeah.
My accent's still there, and I don't mess up the names.
But listen, I do. You're not gonna keep drilling me.
I'm not drilling you at all,
Corby.
sweetie. Not at all. I'm just I'm being
Listen.
supportive.
No, you're not.
All right.
Isabel's
That was just a
You ain't gonna be drilling her for you.
definitely her grind like that. She be loose out here.
just because I pronounce a few names wrong. Yo,
All right.
All right, yeah. So this is the new thing that AO is gonna start doing. We're gonna start putting Corey on the hot seat.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
When
ain't
we
doing
have
that.
our hot seat segment, Corey is obligated to answer every and any question that's thrown his way. We're gonna put him on the
Bug it
hot
out.
seat.
You see what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Be
So
safe.
we'll let
though.
y'all know
Yeah.
when those that segment comes up. Get your questions prepared. We all gonna be on the hot seat throughout this next couple of months.
I hear
But we're
you.
gonna start with Corey first.
Start
All right,
with
yeah.
Corey. I hear you.
So
When
we're
is
gonna
that
put him
show?
on the hot seat. I'll let
I
you
gotta
know
be
when
on
the show is.
It's gonna be
Play
on
a
this week
tape.
off.
Play it safe.
So we're gonna be doing the hot
God.
seat real quick. Very soon. I'll
Not the
keep y'all
whole
posted.
show, though.
We're gonna do the whole hour.
Like one question.
No.
You
The
bugging
whole
out.
hour, they can ask whatever questions they want, and he must answer the question. We are all going to be in the hot seat, but we're gonna start with Corey. We'll let y'all know when that's
I'll
gonna
wait to
happen.
do that to you.
Yeah. Y'all like that? Give me some hearts. Give me some thumbs up. Let me know, and we make this happen
Better
sooner
not
than
like
later.
no thumbs up.
Come on, y'all,
Yeah,
do that. Do that.
Anyway.
All right, we're gonna move on to tonight's show. We're gonna start with our famous segment, of course, the Getting to Know You
You've been
segment.
singing that song tonight, too.
Was I singing it earlier?
You was doing all right.
I was. Thank you. Oh, all right. So the first question for Getting to Know You on tonight to the fellas. Let's start over here with Mr. G Dash. The first question is, what piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so that you could experience it for the first time again?
Piece of entertainment.
Depends
What?
on how you define entertainment.
You
Listen,
know
I used
what?
to watch some good movies late night.
We
Yeah.
not. Hey, John. Hey, Deirdre.
Uh,
What piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so you can experience it for the first time again?
Coming to America.
Come to
Coming to America. If I could watch Coming to America again for my first time, and like the whole that was just probably that's my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
Coming
Like,
to America?
Yes.
Word?
Yes, absolutely. Eddie's funniest movie. Eddie's best movie. Right. It's not another one.
Right.
Right.
I hear you.
Mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. You
Right.
know what?
Got you.
It's an amazing movie.
All right.
Right.
That's cool.
Okay. Question over to Corey. Hey, Javon, what's happening, baby? What piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so that you can experience it again for the first time?
Man.
Hey, Ivy, what's happening, baby?
Spirit for again for the first time. Biggie's Life After Death album.
Okay.
If Biggie's Life After Death album came out tomorrow,
Typical New York answer.
don't judge me.
It's still not better than Ready to Die.
Well,
Say
okay.
no.
Okay. I'm not. You always got to say something crazy, brother. But anyway, Life After Death. If I could hear Life After Death for the first time, that would be dope. I still listen to that album and go nuts.
I listened to that last
Yeah,
weekend.
did you? See?
Listen to Ready to Die too.
Wow, I'm sure you did. Oh,
Actually,
okay.
listened to it a little bit this morning.
What?
I did.
Life
listen
After
to
Death?
it. Yeah.
Why?
My boo was I listened to it in the car.
Yeah, I know it's
He
all
was.
linked to him. The
I
same
knew it.
reason why she
Whatever.
roots for the
Oh
Eagles.
my God.
Exactly.
The both of y'all.
Life changing,
Kick rocks,
bro.
whatever.
Life changing.
Anyway, Danita, hey, honey, how are you?
Oh, you're not gonna
How
share
you
that
doing,
story?
Danita? What story?
The hair, the wash in the hair.
No, not yet. No, that's not for this story.
That's not. That was so cool.
Not for this show.
You get real quiet when It's all good, Nelly.
Shut up.
You want to put me on the hot seat?
So the question,
keep it moving.
the question was, what piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so that you could experience for the first time again? And my answer to that is my virginity.
Oh.
Hey Pandora, what's happening?
That was dope.
Yeah.
You went deep on that.
For real.
That was dope.
It did go deep. That's why she wants to experience again.
Or did it go deep?
No. You want to experience for the first time again with
The same person.
No,
a new person.
I was saying so if you just tuned in, the question that we're talking about right now for the Getting to Know You is, what piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so that you could experience for the first time again? And my answer was my virginity. The reason why is because it wasn't planned. We were at a girlfriend's house. We was at a party at a girlfriend's house. We were at her. I was spending the night with her. My boo came over. We were in her living room on a dining room chair.
Oh,
and her chair was white, and I was a virgin. So yeah, you know how that went. So yeah, it wasn't the best experience, unfortunately. Yeah,
like a dungeon dragon.
Right. You know,
that's crazy.
And that was my bad because I didn't tell him I was a virgin.
Right.
We were dating, but I never told him.
Yeah.
You know.
That was dope, though. It's a good answer.
So I would rather. I mean, I wouldn't change the person I was with. He was my people's back then.
He was your people's back then.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, just to follow up from last week. Is he still living? Because we established that you definitely.
That's what I was guessing. That's what I was wondering. That was my question.
Silence for her first.
Right.
She put a whole nother meaning to killing the pussy.
Right.
Listen, he was not my first.
Really?
The guy that passed away, he was not my
He was
first.
not, no. I understand, but the way you set it up last time, you said whatever she said, but she said R.I.P. to the guy, and then she just went into the story about sex. And I just understand, like, did you kill him?
I did not kill him.
All right, so we know.
Oh my God.
Just to be clear, the guy who was a part of her losing her virginity died on the couch.
That was
he's still alive. Y'all are killing
Is
this
he?
man. He's
All right.
alive and married
He's
with
watching?
3 kids.
I hope not, bro.
He is on the clock.
In case you didn't understand, she wants to redo it because the way you did
Oh
it
my
wasn't the way she
God.
wanted
Y'all
it.
are terrible.
She would have redid it because she didn't really get to take him out. She did a good
still
job.
walked
She
away.
got to take him out.
You walked away.
Yo, y'all are the
All right,
worst.
chill. We good.
The worst.
No,
Oh
you
my
know what? This
God.
never happens to you, though.
Wait.
Look at your face.
Because y'all stupid.
Your
Something
cheeks
wrong
are
with
touching
you.
your hairline right now.
Something's crazy. Y'all
Moment
are
of silence for her vagina survivors.
Be safe, though.
Be safe though.
Yo,
God bless.
y'all are so dumb. I'm
Moving
done with
ahead.
y'all. Okay, we move
So
to
we
the
went
next
with
question.
you went with a show.
Oh, yes.
You went with Coming to America, the movie. Yeah.
Oh, my
I went with
God.
Life After Death. I wish it came out tomorrow. And then you went with your virginity. That was powerful.
But
I get the answer. The answer was dope. It's a good answer.
I just didn't like the way it happened.
That's what's
you know
up.
What I mean? I wish
Yeah.
it was a different situation. But
Understood.
Anyway, yo, you are crazy.
No,
Okay.
you crazy. It's your life. I'm not here trying to support your life.
So what's wrong with y'all? Okay.
Next
So the
question.
next question. If you could make one rule that everyone had to follow, what rule would you make?
Jesus.
If you could make one rule that everyone had to follow, what rule would you make? Shout out to Darren. Hey, boo, what's happening? Thank you for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, we are in our segment, our Getting to Know You segment. So I asked 2 questions that we all have to answer very honestly. And the question that was just asked is, if you could make one rule that everyone had to follow, what rule would you make? G, baby.
I'm first again. Listen.
Yes. You need to be
Shoot,
first
I'll be
again.
first every time. Just
Yeah,
have me
now you
first
have
every
it.
because you
I've
want
been
time
first
to
for the
think.
last
I know
couple
what you're
weeks.
doing. I know what you're doing.
Danita
Keep it
said,
moving,
be
brother.
kind. Danita said, be kind. Exactly, Danita. That's a great one. What rule would you make?
I'm not always kind enough for that. I would make the rule where people don't take themselves too seriously.
Don't take themselves so serious.
Yeah, I think people take themselves way too seriously in every moment. Often, like you wind up with people making life way too heavy all the time, and sometimes it's like, all right, it's gonna pass.
Right.
Come on, keep it moving. I don't have time for
Okay.
the heavy part.
Okay. Cool. Corey.
I think it would always show love. Not
Show
hate.
love?
Yeah, I think it needs to need more love in the world and compassion versus all of this hating and back and forth and all this undercover BS. So I think it would probably be show love first.
My rule would be you have to live in your truth.
I was gonna go there first.
You have to. Like
I
there's
don't know where
no.
love came from, but
It's all right. We'll go with love. That's what's in
Well,
my
I
heart.
go,
Yeah.
I'm just feel like messing with you today. But go ahead.
Whatever.
I was going to say the same
But
thing.
yes, that would be my rule, is that everyone had to live in their truth, regardless of it. You had to live in your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Devon said, man can't kill man, mean both males and females. I'm going to say his name wrong.
El Diablo Beckham.
There you go.
What
He
up?
said, hustle to get yours and don't try to take mine. Facts.
There you go. That's a good answer, brother.
Hustle to get yours and don't try to.
That's
Shout
a
out to
fact.
Dwight. Thank you for tuning in,
That's a
love.
good answer.
That's a great answer.
You know what? I need to prep. Shut up, Jarrell.
All right,
I
so
went first so you could prep.
you
Thank
can prep.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate your support.
So we're gonna get into tonight's show. We just ended our getting to know you segment, guys. You guys did a great job.
Well, you did a great job, Nelly.
And you picking on me
I
saying,
feel
"That's
like I
all
need.
good."
No, I'm not.
Got
I just
you.
feel like I need to do my answer.
You was the ass over.
That was powerful. That was
I
up
was
there with
deep
the
today.
Oprah speech.
Oh,
Was it?
yes.
Damn right. You got up there. You like shit. So not Biggie. Let me go back to the drawing board. But go ahead.
So dumb.
You good?
All right, so we're gonna do the
AOPOV.
There you go,
Our point of
AOPOV.
view of things. Right? Let's talk about the game. How y'all feel about the poll? You enjoy the game?
I enjoyed the game. Game was great. Shout out to the Eagles for winning. It's been 58 years since y'all won a championship. I'm sure the city's going to be insane tomorrow. They shut down the whole city. There's no schools. People leaving off work, working from home.
Right.
Estimated up to upwards of 4 million people in the city tomorrow.
Crazy.
Insane. But shout out to the Eagles. They was the underdog, and I promise you, they put up a good game. But
They did.
2 minutes left and some change, and Tom Brady got the football. I just knew it was gonna be
Over.
dreadful. I knew it was over. I knew it was over.
And then he fumbles
It was-
the ball.
Oh my!
All right,
well,
okay.
you know,
He didn't really want it that much.
Nobody would ever thought that was gonna happen.
Right.
Ever. And here's the thing: it's like the opposite of what happened when they first met the Patriots in the Super Bowl the last time. Donovan McNabb just cracked under pressure. 2 minutes left in the game.
You blaming Donovan for that?
It's definitely Donovan.
Okay.
Don't we
I don't
can
have time
follow
for
it
this
up, bro?
conversation. I
Yo,
don't have
you
time
don't
for
have
this
time.
conversation.
You don't have patience.
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Don't get me with the T.O. stuff. He's going
I
to the
didn't
Hall of Fame.
say
Shout out to
it.
Terrell Lawrence going to the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he's going to retire
I'm just
as
glad
an
he's
Eagle
not
or if he's going
a
to retire as a
first
Bengal. You petty. Stop
He
it.
didn't deserve to be a first ballot. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
He deserves to
Javon said
still
you
be a
must-
Cowboy, though.
Javon said you must be a Dallas fan.
I am a Dallas
Yeah,
fan.
he is.
He ref for
Absolutely. I
Dallas,
keep a
too.
star
He
with
ref for
me.
Dallas, too.
With that said,
Jason Garrett needs to go.
why?
Come on, man.
Stop with random hate.
No,
All I'm
it's not
saying
random
is,
hate. It's a
I-
I
fact.
do want to salute Philadelphia. The city does deserve what they got.
Good.
Although I can't stand the Birds, that's because I'm a real fan of my team. You see what I'm saying? But y'all did do something monumentous, and y'all deserve that. So salute to y'all for what y'all accomplished. However, you know what? I'm past that. We on Black Panther. I'm moving on. I'm over
There
that
you
game.
The random hate.
That's not hate. You know what? That's why they got a quarterback controversy. They don't even know who they're going to start next year because
I can't.
Foles did what he did. You know, good for him.
Man, well,
So-
whatever.
As we said, I do applaud the Eagles. Only thing I did not like was the aftermath. Like, I just think they went too far.
Yeah, I
With,
agree.
you know what
With
I'm
the
saying?
cars
With the
set something on
celebrating.
fire?
Yeah, like, come on. Like, y'all doing the most because at the end of the day, you still have to live there. Like, what are you doing? How do you damage where you're going to live?
I
They
agree.
haven't
come on.
won in 15
So you
I
burn a
understand
car?
that, right? So
No,
you tear up
I
the place you
don't. But
live?
do I expect
Get all
aggressive
the light.
fans
Was it
to
the
get
traffic light?
to
and
why?
it
Right,
broke? Like, for
exactly.
what? What you proving?
On top of the Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah, they
Like,
throw the
really?
party.
Like, you're
They
done.
brought the
Yeah.
Ritz down.
As long as you
You're
don't go to the, that tower, be
Right.
safe.
No,
Relax.
they're dumb. I think that was just dumb. I think it was too much.
Don't go down that. Don't
Then
go
they
down
might do a few
JFK.
more arrests. It's interesting. They ain't do a whole lot of arrests though. They let them all live.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cool.
Jacinta. Hey, Greg. What's up, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So shout out to the Eagles and everybody's celebrating. Get your life, please. Please get your life. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a little finish.
Here we go. All right, so we're gonna get into tonight's show. Y'all ready for tonight's show? Again, shout out to the Hottest Live family, those listening on the Hottest Live radio app. We thank you guys for tuning in with us, those on the Facebook Live app. Listen, do me a favor real quick. Hit that share button, hit that like button, invite somebody over to tonight's show. We have a wonderful show. We want your input. We want you to be a part of tonight's show. You can hit us up at 302-272-9772. Again, it's 302-272-9772. And if you call in, you have 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute,
I'll
okay?
leave you in the Band-Aid.
1 minute. All right. But tonight we are talking about being a public success, but a private failure. Fronting for fame.
Wow.
Fronting for fame and the art of perception. Let me start with this right here. Too often I found myself talking to people who secretly confess that their lives are not all what they are portraying it to be. They found themselves feeling pressured to give into the make-believe pretentious life built on hype that we all see on TV and especially on social media. For example, when we look at Facebook, everyone has on his or her Sunday's best, both in their personal and professional lives, and yet nobody knows whether or not it is the truth. So the question for tonight is proposed. What is the real motivation behind craving the look of success outside, on the outside, but not on the inside? Let me say that question again. What is the real motivation behind craving to look like a success on the outside, but not on the inside? Hey, Mel. Mel said, hey, Corey.
What's up?
Answer. Response.
This cat is petty for real, yo. Anyway, I think it's just the fake it till you make it. This is the fake it till you make it. People want to live a certain perception to make them feel good, and it's really not reality, man. I think because you can't live real at home, or you can't live real in your personal life, or you're uncomfortable with it, so you put out the perception of what you want it to be, or what you want everybody else to be. It's kind of just covering up your mess. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, when you make your bed and that sheet is all messed up, but you put the comforter over so it just look nice, and then you peel it back and you're like, damn, you ain't make the bed at all.
That's why you make your bed?
Right.
Not at all, brother. Not at all. You bounce corners off mine.
I think just go ahead, G-Dash.
No, I was just gonna say, I think a lot of people, between trying to mask insecurities, right? People like to put on a show. Right. They want to make it look like something, right? And by the way, Facebook, Instagram, social media in general is a snapshot, right? So this was it during the good times when life was fun, and I was in Miami sitting on somebody else's car because it really wasn't mine. But before they drove off, I'm like, hurry up and take the picture because it's a Bentley. That's how they live, right? Some people want to put on that persona because, and I get to the fake it till you make it point. Some people ain't never going to make it though. Because if you ain't really going to be real, you always revolving around this fake persona you put on, right? And when you meet those people in real life, you're like, whoa, that's not who you really are. That's not even how you move. You don't talk that way. You don't even have the same social skills, right? And that whole world crumbles.
We talked about something on the ride up here about catfishing.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing. Like, we go on Facebook, we make it look good. We use these wonderful filters and we crop our pictures. And I know somebody who has an app that makes them look skinnier in pictures. Like you can actually make your stomach shrink. You can actually get rid of the back fat. Like it's crazy.
I run down on you on Wawa at 7 in the morning. Be like, yo,
that level
exactly.
That level of false advertising.
That's crazy.
Catfishing.
Yeah. Listen, it's gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
But so it happens. So why do we do that? Like as if you're not gonna run into the person in real life. And that's the part, especially in Delaware. I'm gonna talk about Delaware because that's where we at right now. Especially in Delaware. It's like this big.
Is it?
It's literally
Delaware is this big.
Delaware is this big.
I got you.
Oh, you thought I was talking sexually?
No.
The random silence was a little awkward for a second. No.
I didn't know.
It's weird.
No, because Delaware is really small.
Right.
And I had it even to the point where I was online dating at one point for like 1 week. Like I couldn't even last. I went to the AT&T store and I saw this dude that was like on my online profile, and he was mad annoying and mad wag. And when I saw him, I walked out the AT&T store like, I can't do this.
Right.
I can't. It's Delaware. It's too small. So like all of that happening as if you're not gonna run into the person to see the real deal.
Yo, real quick.
You think they care?
I would hope.
I don't think there are people who are in that situation. Why?
What you mean? When I see you for real, like
again,
they blow up your spot, right?
Again,
you gonna blow up their spot?
Wait, but
it's over. Like,
but Delaware is but so big, as you stated.
Right.
So, and most people who are doing this, right, if they got a couple hundred followers or a couple thousand, whatever the case may be, in their mind, they're doing it for whoever else may see this picture. Right? They're not doing it for the one person who they already know. Right? They people don't front for the people that they really gonna meet. Like, oh, now I gotta explain this. Never mind. I'm sorry, my Honda is broken down. No, okay. It's for the people who don't know them.
So Linda Gardner says trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This is hilarious. Intra Jones said things like the Bow Wow challenge that makes it acceptable. Remember Bow Wow got caught out there with the that was hilarious.
We had Bow Wow and Soulja Boy talking about Bow.
Right. King Draco
was never reality,
never
right?
That thing, right?
But people do these things because you know, and when you have celebrities that do these things
Right.
because they want to front to be real. Bow Wow was about to fight Chris Brown, and that was a thing.
Yeah.
Never was really going to happen. That's how we
Right.
started off 2017, by the way.
Right.
Okay.
Nah, Soulja Boy.
That was going yeah,
Soulja Boy. Yeah.
It never really was going to happen, but
Right.
they can put on this show and put on this front, and then it makes common people feel like they got to put on a show and put on the front as well because it's just easier to sell it, right?
Definitely.
Mel
Shout
Mix
out to Miss
says,
B. Go ahead, sorry.
Mel Mix says Kardashian syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they want
Right.
to keep up with Kim because
Yeah.
it's Kim, right? They
But I
wanna
mean,
live
like
that
the
life.
reality
I'll
is
keep
they're
it.
the Kardashians and you're not. Like, I mean, where is the truth that you're living in for real? Because I mean, we can pump fake all we want. We
Right,
really
right.
can pump fake. But at the end of the day, you know the truth.
Right.
You still go home. Okay, you look good on Facebook. You look good out in public because you went and you bought the Michael Kors shoes. You bought the outfit. You
Stop.
bought the fly wigs.
Eating off paper plates.
Facts. Or you go home to your mattress on the floor.
Ooh.
Like,
you know
come
what?
on.
You ain't gonna like this. I remember listening to my boy Tax podcast, and he's talking about that. Like, you take pictures in Miami, your hair looks great, your nails look good, but you got a mattress on the floor.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Nobody can come in your house.
I love the Photoshop picture when it's real dirty in the background. Like you
real
take the
dirty.
time, like you took the time to crop yourself, but you didn't crop off the back.
Right.
Diaper.
Yes. Why is that on the floor?
Dirty dishes.
Get your whole life together.
Right.
Like, this is what you
It's terrible. Jenny said, "Hey Jenny, thank you for tuning in." She said, "I think it's an insecurity issue."
I agree.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
because all of that is a part of trying to seek some type of validation. Like, I have actually seen people who post pictures on Facebook,
Right.
and if they don't get any likes, they delete it.
Right.
Like, I've actually witnessed that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
really?
crazy. That's
Like,
crazy.
if you don't get likes on your picture, you delete it. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's why.
If your validation comes from social media or other people to that degree, that's an issue.
Validation is a great
Validation.
word. A lot of people do feel validated by the likes, the clicks, the whatever the case may be.
Right.
That's what makes them feel special and important.
Yeah.
That's a big deal to them.
It is.
When you say living in your truth, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
For people to really achieve the level of success that their pictures or their life may look like it is, you know how much work they gotta go through.
Right.
Right.
Listen,
And you don't have time to be on social media.
Right.
Right,
I don't feel like
exactly,
that.
Right.
Guess what? I'm gonna take this picture. I'm gonna look like I'm popping, and I'm gonna add a caption that says it's lit. And
It's
we
not.
good.
It's not.
We good.
It's funny. I actually went out a few months back to a lounge or whatever in Philly, and it's
Right.
amazing. You know, music is playing, music is bumping, and me and my girls, we ready to get on the dance floor and dance. Everybody was posted up against the wall taking selfies.
Right.
Like, nobody was partying. Like, nobody's coming on the dance floor. Everybody's taking selfies. They doing the Snapchat little, what is it, 5-second whatever screenshots or whatever. And I'm like,
Nobody having a good time no more.
but it's odd. I'm sure every hashtag was "it's lit" or "we having a good time," but ain't nobody really having a good time. Like,
Right.
y'all all posted up on the side of the of the place, and we in a dance floor like we trying to party. It's good music.
Yeah.
What's going
Dudes
on?
ain't even trying to get after the girls no more. They just
Right.
over here like, hold on, shorty, before I'm with you, let me get this picture right.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yo,
Right.
this generation is crazy. I don't get it. But it's being a public success. Like, we good out in the public.
Right.
But behind closed doors, we really ain't about nothing.
Yeah, but that's exterior versus interior, right? But you can see somebody and be like, oh, they got it all together, but really they're dying inside.
Absolutely.
Right? That's
Yeah,
that
it's
battle that
corny.
you don't see. You know.
Right.
Deirdre Jones says fake is familiar and being real is rejected.
I love that.
Wow, that's good,
Just a
honey.
social media observation.
That's good.
Right.
That's
That's dope.
good.
Mhm.
Being real, I like that.
El Diablo, as long as you have love within yourself, it'll show on the outside. Ain't no future in front.
That's a fact.
Y'all on fire tonight. I
Yeah.
like
But they not looking for future, by the way. Most
No.
of the people trying
They're
to
looking
get
for right now.
The right now,
Yes,
I
yes,
look
yes.
this moment.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's where they had
looking
that.
for the moment. I even said people just don't value the right things. Being superficial is a common way of life for people.
Yeah.
Hey Keisha, what's happening, baby?
But-
I like what Tiana said. Go
Well,
ahead.
hold on, just before I hit that, a lot of people aren't that deep. Like to be clear, a lot of people live in a
Not at all.
shallow
Absolutely.
shadow puddle, right?
Yeah.
So in their mind, it's about how it looks, and it's about
Right.
perception way more than it's about
Yeah.
reality.
Right.
And it's deeper than social media. It's deeper than taking pictures.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You got to heal all of that before you jump into the social media world, because then you got to deal with that perception.
Mhm.
That's a whole different beast within itself.
It is. You got to be ready for it.
Yeah,
You know, one thing I don't like about social media, or when people post on social media, you can't post certain things and they get mad when people give their opinions, and their opinion is not something that you agree with or you like.
True.
Like, you put yourself out there to get that.
Yeah.
Just because you got a small waist and big boobs or a big butt, and you posted pictures, and dudes is coming for you saying that you look whack, whatever.
DMs and all that.
Yeah,
or the other side, right? Or the other side.
Or they coming at you because they don't like your pictures. Now you mad. You put yourself out there. You gotta understand, whatever you put on social media, you are giving everybody the right to comment, criticize, judge, or whatever. So all that, don't judge me. No, well, take it off of social media.
And can you handle the judgment that comes
Absolutely.
with it? Or the criticism?
Well, I don't think we live in a world where people really want true feedback.
No,
they want you to
Absolutely.
agree, right? Like a lot of times, even the things that people follow are things that go into what they already believe and what they already feel. They're not looking for new opinions,
right?
So when they post something and they think that they was fly, and you was like, "Yo, that was horrible, trash." Whoa! Don't you know I live for this? Like, okay, what are you doing to my self-esteem here?
You know how many pictures I took to get the right picture?
Right. This was my 5th one.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so
that's true.
Like Tiana said, they either delete the pictures or repost it. I have way too many Facebook friends that do that.
They repost the picture.
That's crazy.
Let me wait till later. Tell everybody off work.
They ain't off work yet. They don't know. They ain't
ready.
see the shoe. I gotta wait and repost it with the shoe. I gotta get the whole shoe in the shoe.
I'm doing another disservice.
Yeah, right. I respect it.
It's real though.
On the other side, when people, take massive pictures of their children and never see their kids.
Yeah. Father of the Year or Mother of the Year awards.
Facebook fathers.
Facebook moms. Yeah. El Diablo said filters are killing the future. Be yourself and be humble. But I think that's a part of it too. A lot of people don't know who they are. I don't really think people understand their value and truly who they are. And I mean, if you really did, seeking Facebook validation should not even be a thought. Like you guys said earlier, if you're really about your business, you ain't gonna have time to be worrying about Facebook and who's liking and who's not and whatever social media is saying to you.
I got a question. So what's the most common misconception put on social media? Is it what you look like? Is it the relationship? Is it the success? What do you think? Or is it all of it? I guess it's all of it.
I think it's both. I think it goes into two varieties. It's the fake success, right? You look like you got things that you ain't got. Oh yeah, I'm balling. I just came up. And honestly, those aren't even always pictures. Those might be random statements like, "Ooh, just got fresh. Just got this. Ooh, guess balling. Life is good." Okay, cool. That whole thing was a lie. But they'll say it because who can prove it, right? So it's either the fake come up or the whole fake Photoshop. I want my picture to look like. Wait, hold up. Wait, let me cut this out because the underarm is a little bit too much. Let me cut out that fat. I got it. It's okay. So I think it lives in those two spaces.
I think it's also the attention seeking. I mean, it goes back to the validation. But it's the cry for attention, which also brings validation, like I said. But it's I'm bored. Ain't got nothing to do. And then when dude hit you up in the inbox, you the first one. Oh, this clown trying to come at me. But you just put it out there that you bored, ain't got nothing to do. You attention seeking. Like, stop.
The hilariousness of somebody who's sitting looking at their phone mad at, and they gonna come at me like this. I'm like, really? Nobody else cared about what's going on in your phone. But now you want to be loud about, and then they had that nerve to say, nobody cares.
I think things got worse too when we got this little live button. Live button. We have had the most motivational speakers, preachers, prophets, inspirational, and sitting, like you said, in a dirty room. Or room is filthy, but when you can be great, you can live. How in your back of your room look like that?
Why are you always in your car when you do these speeches?
Right.
How can you be great without a vacuum? I just want to know.
Or a dustpan. Just saying.
You couldn't sweep.
I'm just saying. No, so this live button, this live capability has really just set another platform for these public success and private failures. Because a lot of people up there is preaching all this great stuff, but they ain't living it.
Yeah,
true.
And then when you see them in real life, you like,
they don't even like each other.
Facts.
The hypocrites of life. The relationship goes when they can't stand each other for real. Like really? Like, I get it. Y'all kissed for the cam. Okay. Right. Y'all don't even sleep together. I get it.
Exactly. Hey Janet, what's happening, baby? Go ahead.
And also just another thought about the filters. I think that sometimes people don't even know when to use them or how to use. So for them, it's like we always going to try to add something to add pizzazz, right? And I mean, in some ways, it's the new makeup, right? So it's and even with how far people go with makeup tutorials, because I get it. Sometimes you want to throw something on, you want to make it look how you want it to look. But I think that some people don't even accept their own reality. So they just throwing on whatever to look like status quo. Yeah. Right now, you look like a doll.
Right.
That's a fact.
Or a dummy.
Shout out to Donnell Wilkinson. Shout out to Deja Wilkinson. Hello, everybody. What's up going on, y'all?
Hey.
Now they look worse than the real sex dolls.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Or you look equal to the sex doll. Sex dolls trying to catch up with y'all.
Right.
You taking my lane. Hold on. This phony. I'm the phony doll.
Right.
How you look like me?
The doll ain't even gonna be able to post nothing.
Right.
Taking my lane. Excuse me. I can't. Right. If you're just tuning in, we are talking about being a public success and a private failure, fronting for fame, and the art of perception. Perception is a mother. Let's talk about perception real quick. But right before we do that, let me get some of these comments. Jacinta said, people can really be about something behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. But the world today doesn't value quality. It's called the fake.
Right.
Absolutely.
Deidre said, however, nobody is held accountable for being fake. We all know you lying. That's the thing that kills me too. When you know a person and you know their story, like being a therapist, I mean, I love what I do, but I be like, for real.
That's got a horrible.
Listen, they come to me with the story, the real deal. Right. Then on Facebook is me and Boo is in love. Wait, what? He just kicked your door down last night. What you mean y'all in love and y'all getting married on September?
Right.
Right. He just blacked your eye. Wait. And that stuff kills me. And of course, by law, I can't say that, but I just be like, roll off of this.
Get out of here.
Because it's crazy. I'm like, yo, listen. Like, how?
Because that's how they justify their world.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's so ridiculous.
That makes it okay for you.
Mm-hmm. It's so sad. It's sad. And I just shake my head because I'm just like, I see them next week in my office. Go ahead and bring that check.
Right. Right. We appreciate the dysfunction.
Thank you.
Job security. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now you're going to live up to that picture.
Facts.
Or somebody else's picture.
And that's the thing too, even with relationships, and I know you said it earlier about I get a little quiet when I start talking about my boo, but I purposely do that. And I tell people all the time, when you're in a relationship, don't go on social media with it.
Right.
Don't go on social media. Right. Because everybody's not rooting for you.
Absolutely.
Everybody's not rooting for you. Mm-hmm. And they just waiting for you to fall.
Absolutely.
So they go, I knew it and I told you. That ain't none of your business.
Yeah, relax. Wait till we hold first.
Listen, I said the day y'all find out about my situation, it'll probably be after the honeymoon.
There you go.
After the
That's real though.
Maybe 2 years later.
That's real though.
2 years later.
Maybe.
I think I remember. I forget the post. It talked about and I meant to look it up before we got on the air, but talks about you guys are trying to emulate relationships that are not even real.
Right.
Get out of here.
Right.
It's
right.
fake.
And it does. It sets unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
When you want to live into the Kardashian relationship, so you want to live.
You better look like Kim when I get home.
Right.
Girl.
24/7.
Facts.
Do you gonna pay for the surgery?
Hey,
all I'm saying is,
don't do that.
I'm just keeping it up. What you want from me? You gonna pay for the surgery? But I do think that a lot of times, because nobody holds anybody accountable, and I love saying words like "let them be great." Right. And we do, and I'm a big fan of if people want to sit in that side and act like that's what's real for them, cool, because eventually that turmoil is going to eat them up alive from the inside. Right. At some point. And again, social media is a snapshot. Nobody's on social media like, let me take a picture of my worst moment in life. Right. You don't do that.
Right. You know what? No. Hold that. You ever see the people that take the picture? They're in the hospital. And they just put the tag.
The IV.
The
IV or the tag. Yeah.
Pray for me.
Right. That's because they don't put their face on it, right? You don't see. What's the lady from How to Get Away with Murder? What's her name?
Man.
All right. Either way, y'all know who she is, right? You don't see the picture with her with the snot hanging out because that's how she cry all the time, right? Those are the pictures that get posted.
Viola Davis, right?
Viola, right? You don't see Viola with the snot. That's how she lives.
Like for Oprah without makeup.
We have never seen Oprah without makeup, big or little Oprah.
It's not a
she gives a little makeup.
It's
not.
Stedman ain't seen her without makeup.
Stedman don't have to see it without makeup.
So like I think my thing is with the whole hospital scene, like I'm taking pictures in the hospital and I'm showing my tag and my IV. Like why?
The people
So this is one thing. My girlfriend Kiki, shout out to Kiki. She's a cancer survivor. She's on her health kick. She's lost so much weight. She's doing really good. She beat it. Shout out to Kiki. Yeah. Every day she posts her meals prepping. She does meal prepping online. She does her workouts online. So she posted about having the flu. She posted a whole video like, yo, I'm in the hospital. They diagnosed with the flu. And because of the cancer, I'm sure that kind of elevated everything. So with her post, I get it because she has a following her journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through her, through her situation. But not that today I'm in the club bumping and grinding, and tomorrow, pray for me because now I got a bracelet on and I'm here with dehydration.
And I think that there's a difference between somebody who is genuinely saying, listen, I'm going through this thing. I just need y'all, I need your prayers if y'all can, blah, 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 blah. I've seen that. Okay, cool. That's one thing. But when people are fake flossing for the likes or fake injury, right? How I don't even understand how you don't worry about the karma coming back and kicking you for that one. Like
the fake injury?
Yes.
Yo, listen, so I heard I was talking to one of my friends yesterday. She was telling me about this guy she knows that's trying to solicit a GoFundMe account. What's another one? The GoFundMe account. He wants to take all of these people all these kids allegedly to see Black Panther. But he has no intention of taking them to see Black Panther. Crazy.
Okay, I got one for you. And
that's horrible.
That's horrible. I do you one better. I know somebody who was literally somebody had passed, right? And they made a fake GoFundMe account to fund all the needs for that. Now, and they knew the person.
Right.
Fine. Everybody's like, wow, okay, boom. All the money that was raised, they disappeared. What happened? Took the bread and left. Didn't give none to the family. Didn't like it was just like word. Like people still look for him. So
you gotta go find him.
yes, they still looking for him. Yeah. But it was just like wow, people got the gall.
Right.
Like the lack of integrity when it comes to some of these things are just ridiculous.
Shout out to David Lacey who's on, and thank you.
Definitely. Shout out to John too. Shout out to Vivian. Thank you for tuning in. Miss B, I said it earlier. Shout out to you too as well. I think going back to the hospital thing, I think for me personally, if it's really a situation where I'm in the hospital, I was going to say incarcerated, Lord Jesus. No, Lord. No, Lord. I don't want to be incarcerated.
She said one time on probation.
I'm going to say in the hospital. And I need prayer or I need assistance, I'm not posting it on social media. That's just not what I'm going to do. I'm going to text those who I can lean on and depend on via phone or call them and be like, yo, I need your prayers.
Because most of the people don't care.
Exactly.
They're not calling you. Anybody don't even have your number.
Now,
Facts.
They just follow you.
But now let's flip that, right? Because for some people, whereas I don't think we live in those spaces, I think some people don't either know who they can count on that way, or don't have people that they feel like they can count on, right? So now, I got 600 Facebook friends or 700 Twitter friends or whatever the case might be. That's all I got.
Right.
Those are my folk because I don't have nothing. Like facts. Like I'm not even joking. Like I think that there are people who that's who they look at as their support system.
I can think that.
My words of encouragement for y'all: go get you a church family. Go just join some type of church, get a church family, somebody you can call on, whatever, because
right, so we know they might know they be fronting too.
They do be fronting, but at least you got somebody you can call on, other than
maybe somebody slide in your inbox. Somebody slide in your inbox like, yo, let me
pray for me though.
That could happen, bro.
Lord have mercy.
Could happen.
I can't tell.
That could happen.
I can't. Let me get some of these comments up here. Jacinda says, right, G, people are expected to go along with your opinion and their haters. Ivy says, exactly. We don't call them on their things. We don't call them on the things we all know is fake. And Deidre said relationship status, of course. Zanita says, everyone giving relationship advice nowadays. Yeah, everybody's a relationship guru nowadays. They really are.
They ain't got a relationship, though. Get out of here.
Right.
Well, I mean, it depends. Some of us has the credentials to do this. Doesn't necessarily mean. That was something I actually battled doing marriage counseling. And they're like, how do you do marriage counseling and you're not married?
Easy.
Well, besides the fact that I'm certified, I'm licensed.
Bentley, right. You don't have one. Get out of here.
Besides the fact that I'm licensed. But the reality is, marriage counseling, we deal with the individuals. Right. Individually. We're not necessarily even talking about the marriage yet. We have to deal with the individual first.
It goes deeper than that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's how I have to break it down. But so those who
question?
I had to. I had to.
Why are you asking me that question?
Yeah. I mean, it's all right.
People question it.
Why are you asking me?
They question it.
You need my number?
Just like it said, right? Just like the comment said. Nowadays, if you say the wrong thing, it's considered hate.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So feedback isn't considered as feedback anymore. Mm-hmm. It's like either you agreed or we live in a world full of extremists.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody is an extremist. Either you all the way over here or you all the way over there. Yeah. If you sitting in the middle, you can't play the fence in real life.
That's true.
Denise said, I've been blocked for calling someone out on Facebook about a video they lied about.
Right. I would appreciate that block. Like if I did that, block me on purpose, because really you're a liar, right? So, I mean, I could live without the extra lies in my life, extra lies on my timeline.
I'm saving everybody else that you lying.
Right. They should thank me.
I just think, honestly, like, I don't care that much. I don't, when it comes to Facebook. Now, if it's my close friends and family, I'm like, now, you know, you need to take that post down.
Right.
Take that down. Stop.
Yeah, I've done that.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that too. But I've only done that. I've never done that when somebody was faking. If somebody was being fake, I was just like, all right, I can only take so much on my timeline before I'm just like, all right, I might unfriend you, because I can't keep seeing all that in my life. Mm-hmm. But if I see you doing something that might be detrimental to you, then I hit you up like, yo, take that down. You're going to get yourself hemmed up. I'm going to need you to stop.
Yeah, do that too. But that's the lookout, though.
Yeah, it is. A lot of people do respond off of emotion. You know what I mean? And they just start going in, they start venting on Facebook, and then they'll regret it later. So
I used to be like that.
Yo,
and I got
off of there.
Really?
Yeah. I used to be real emotional on Facebook. That's used to call me Drake.
Drake.
But yeah,
I see you being a little drizzy. You was extra light skinned
back then.
Well, listen, but times change. You don't. All of this.
You know what? Hey. Anyway, hashtag shout out to the Cowboys. Anyway, but I think the thing is though, but yo, I got checked though. I got pulled into a room, and he checked me. You say, yo, listen, don't ever do that again. People could care less. Right. They care for that first 3 minutes that they see it. That's it. They run off, and half the time those people are never gonna come ask you how you doing if you're okay. Exactly. You know what I mean? So ever since then, I kind of fell back from doing all of that. So shout out to him.
Jacinda says you can't appreciate the great relationship you have looking at others to gauge what your relationship should be, and that's what a lot of people do. They look at the Facebook relationships, and it has to look a certain way. It has to be presented a certain way. I've seen people take pictures on Facebook, you know, taking pictures with their boo. Right. It has to be a certain way, in a certain angle, so I can post it. Did y'all remember seeing that post where the young man, he woke his significant other up by kissing her? Kissing, like she was asleep. And he kind of just like gave her like these soft pecks on her lips until she woke up, and then she kind of smiled. It was really cute. Yeah. It was cute. I mean, the amount of videos that came out afterwards, like, yo, be original. It is okay. Like, they got their shine for that. It was really cute. Okay, yay. But you ain't got to do one too.
I think people look at social media as a point of reference sometimes, right? Especially if they don't know. Right. So for people who have no clue on certain things and don't take the time to do research, because remember, people will run to Facebook before they run to actually even just generally Googling something. Right. So because of that, they're looking for this point of reference. Oh, that's how it's supposed to look. Oh, that's how it looks when it's happy. Yeah. I gotta look like that. No.
Not like that.
Right. You don't know the argument that they went through in the car before they took that picture.
Or the argument they took because of the picture.
Absolutely. Right. You just saw the picture and was like, that's how that looked.
They so happy. He's not. He just punched her in the face.
Exactly.
Right.
I know he punched her in the face. You know why? Because she called and told me. He punched her in the face.
Right. You know what I mean? Get out of there. It's a different thing, right? All they see is the nice car. They don't realize that night, even if they do really have it, guess what? Their bank account is on negative $5 million in tips.
No gas.
Right. No gas. They ain't driving that car nowhere. Guess what?
400,000 miles on it.
The oil change, they can't afford that. Okay. They ain't trying that, right? But all you know is you see the car. You think that's what that is. It's not real life.
It's true. It's true. El Diablo says some folks fake being sick just to get a like click.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Fake being sick? Is it got that bad?
Yes. Hashtag flu season.
I got it too, girl.
Right.
Stop it. You're not sick.
It's terrible. Pandora said, I love my Facebook page. I do too. I love mine too. I mean, some of the people that's on it, you be like, why? Sway? Why, Sway? Like, for real.
You ain't got the answers.
Why, Sway?
You ain't got the lifestyle, Sway.
Because people are looking for confirmation. Yeah. What up, Matt Zila? What up? What's good with you?
Talking about being, hey, Crystal, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in, love. If you're just tuning in, we are talking about being a public success and but a private failure. Fronting for fame. Social media is just one aspect of fronting for fame that we talk about, because that's kind of like the biggest thing right now. Not, I want to say ruining lives, but running everyone's lives is social media.
Here we go.
I have a question.
Look at the question. You see the
Could you deal with or date somebody who that's what they did?
No.
What?
Why not?
They did what?
That they wanted to put their whole life or the image of their life on a platform that way.
I personally don't like it. I think for me though, somebody once told me, I post what makes me happy, and I can understand that. But at the end of the day, when you know that the relationship or the lifestyle is not what you're portraying it to be, then I think that's when I have an issue.
Okay.
If it's not authentic yet, just relax. And here's the thing: what's the rush? What's the rush? I don't know how you could be really happy with that. I don't get that. And I've experienced it. I've known people that do that, and it's disheartening. It's just sad.
So how do you approach that conversation? Or have you had to approach that conversation?
Yeah, the answer is just no.
Even as far as the whole relationship status, like you have to put that you're in a relationship with me, and you got to be my friend, and you have to make sure they know it's me and you. I ain't even pressed on that.
But how you feel about that? What's up with that? Is that
which part?
I think the part about you have to acknowledge the relationship on Facebook. Or not Facebook, sorry, just social media.
Social media.
I think that depends on. I don't feel like you ever need to, because I think real life is real life to me, right? I think that what you really go through and how you really live your life is far more important than whatever you tell the world. Now, with that said, I'm also in general a private person. Like, you're not going to find a bunch of pictures of my kids on Facebook. I don't feel the need to, but. To me, I hold things close to me that's in my real world. And I think that sometimes what people don't get is when you give it to the world can take it and do whatever they want with it.
That's
right.
right.
If you're not strong enough to handle that, it becomes
absolutely.
That. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, even if you are, they going to play with it. And now you got to deal with the repercussions. And if nothing else, that can steal your time.
Absolutely.
Right. And I don't have the time to engage with the foolishness.
So you're going to have an argument with me about something somebody said on Facebook.
That's true. That's true. Cause that's all it leads up to.
Or here's the thing, like, keep it a buck. So, I ain't gonna go to that story.
No, you got to.
Go there. You just started it.
What are we doing?
All right, you're right. So you're right. Thank you for pulling it. So here's the thing. So, an ex of mine posted last week that he was in a relationship, right? And the amount of text messages I got asking me how did I feel about it, and I'm just looking like, why are you asking me how I feel about it? Here's the thing, I'm happy for her. Right. I wish her the best of luck. When you really care about somebody, you want them to be happy at the end of the day. What would you expect my answer to be?
It doesn't negate the hurt though.
Right.
There was no hurt.
Okay.
I felt happy for her, genuinely happy. But you didn't come to me with that answer. No, you wanted the answer for me to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't have that.
Right.
Here's the thing. Did you say it? That you were happy for?
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's what people go to social media for.
It's crazy.
They wanted the drama. They was looking for you to give them some smoke. They said, Corey,
no smoke.
You see what happened? Go ahead and say something.
Yeah.
They was looking for a hot take, so they go ahead and...
I commented and say, I wish you the best of luck. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that comment? No, you didn't.
Of course not.
As you hit my phone, you wanted smoke. I have no smoke for you.
I'll tell you what they didn't like.
God bless.
That comment. That's right. It was right like that. Right.
Yeah, they do. They do. I think people do go to social media for that drama. And you know what another thing is too? This whole being a public success but a private failure, it takes them away from their reality.
Yeah.
Just like us watching these reality shows. Yeah. A lot of people get so engulfed in these reality shows because, first of all, it's to some degree a reflection of their own life. To some degree, it's just the drama. I'm saying, like, the drama may not be that, he sold my car and it's a $50,000 car or whatever. Whatever. But it's drama. That's all it is. So it's a reflection of what they're used to. But also, it takes them away from their reality.
Right.
Puts them in somebody else's.
And to that part, this is where I see. I think that people, even whether it be social media, reality shows, I think people gravitate to either things that either they align to them specifically or are so far out of their comfort zone that they're like amazed at that.
Okay.
Right. So it's either so far, and sometimes if their life can be kind of normal and routine, they look for the Facebook, the Instagram. They look in to see something that's so much pizzazz to kind of add spice to their world. So to those people, they kind of want to see some of the fakeness, right? There are people amping up the fake folk, like, hey, be fake some more because I want to see this, right? Because that feeds their life, right?
It do. And that's why, like that instant, they came to you looking for you to feed.
Yeah, I had no
that
smoke
negativity.
For you. I wish her the best of luck. That's great. That's dope. That's where y'all want to be, right?
Yeah.
Liked it.
They didn't like the picture either. Okay, so to be clear, they didn't like the picture.
Like
8 text messages.
Linda said there's a difference between posting what makes you happy and posting what you think makes you look happy to others.
Mm-hmm.
Say that one more time.
There's a difference between posting what makes you happy and posting what you think makes you look happy to others.
There you go. Yeah.
That's
and
very
people
true.
know the real.
Very, very true.
People close to you know what's real.
I was about to say people close to you.
Absolutely.
I think Danita says, I believe not being friends on social media is the best for relationships.
No, I said that. I think that might be dope. But or don't have social media at all.
Right.
Right? Because I think eventually you're gonna come across that path of like you're gonna want to talk about, I posted on Facebook. I ain't see it. Then it becomes a problem? The level of maturity that you have to
That's
even go through Facebook
That's
now.
exactly
Why
what
is
it
that? I keep saying Facebook. Sorry,
That's
Mark.
the equivalent of you watch the show without me.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
saw that meme without me.
right. What you mean?
Absolutely.
Matthew said, I thought you should. People don't care anyway. I guess post about your relationship. Had someone tell me they didn't know my wife was married.
That's hilarious.
Matthew had somebody tell him that he didn't know
his wife was married. Word, what that mean, Phil? What we gotta talk about?
I knew.
Does that mean there's a separate conversation we
Right.
can have?
I knew she was married. It's my wife.
Did she convince you?
Right.
Cherie says your relationship should be private. When you broadcast it, you're giving power for other people to wish negativity or intervene. Just because you put it out on social media.
You see our last name?
Hmm?
See our last name?
Wilkerson.
All right.
Whatever.
Be safe though.
Whatever. El Diablo said we have a lot of promoters of negativity instead of positivity.
Very
I
true.
call them the Don Kings of social media.
No, I like Beckham.
Yes, you know Beckham? Yeah, I do.
He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. And I don't know. Okay, here's my question. In a world full of free will, do you need that though?
What?
Like or will that always happen? I should say not necessarily need, but you will always have either the fake promoters, the fake people who want the drama to come, and you're gonna always have fake people because that's what aligns the real to the real.
Yeah.
Right? If I don't have fake folks to throw people who can't justify the difference off, then my realness might not shine through.
Here's the thing.
But you got to be able to handle it though.
Yeah, don't be so worried about what Facebook says or Instagram or Snapchat says. Be better concerned what my kids say about it.
Right.
Or be better concerned what my mother says about it. God bless her. Or, be concerned about that.
Because if my mama don't like you and she like everybody, who cares about that Facebook like? If she likes everybody and she hates you, that's
And
a
she
whole
has
thing.
Facebook and she did not request you.
Right. Listen.
Yeah, stupid. Matthew said my pop taught me that certain things remain behind closed doors. I agree. I mean, I'm all about, because I have family, and I'm sure we all do have family all over the world. And Facebook is not Facebook, social media by itself is a good way to connect. It's a good way to keep your family, your friends in the loop of what's going on in your life. But I think what's important to keep in mind is that, like you said earlier, when you put it out there, just be all right with whatever comes back.
Right.
Good, bad, or indifferent. And it may not even be the family you're putting out there for. You know what I'm saying? It may be somebody else that's a friend of a friend that's seen your page. And it happens. So just be all right with it. You know what I'm saying? You put it out there, it's going to happen. Don't get mad. Don't get upset. Like, if you don't want to get it, criticized or judged, don't put it up there. It's really just that simple.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't get how people be taking all these social media avenues so seriously.
Because for some people, that's their only expression. So in their mind, they're going to go on here and they're like, let me text my whole thing. This is what I'm feeling right now. Screw this person. Can't stand that. You're like, okay, first of all, when I'm scrolling through my timeline, I don't care about your drama.
Right.
I personally don't want to hear it. Like, that extra negativity into my system ain't helpful for me. But there's a bunch of people who be like, I can't believe you're going through this. That's dope.
Right.
Right.
And they'll talk to their friend about it, but never contact you.
Right.
Never contact you.
Right.
Here's the thing. Real quick, so you guys check people that do fake stuff on Facebook?
If they're close to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've ran down on a couple people.
Literally, it depends on how much I care. Like to your point, both of you know, and you say that I don't care about. Some things I don't care. Like,
How
that's
don't
who
you
you
care
are.
less?
I mean, we only got 2 minutes left.
That's a good question, though.
You don't care, but he says lies.
We only got
Who
2 minutes. I don't know what to say.
Right. We're going to put Jarrell on the hot seat.
Save
Before we
lives
wrap
and
it up,
get money. It's different.
Oh, okay.
We're going to put Jarrell on the hot seat. We got 2 minutes left. Let's wrap tonight's topic up. Being a public success but a private failure, fronting for fame and art of perception. What is your advice tonight for those who are a public success but a private failure?
Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm waiting on you. I need inspiration.
You need inspiration? and you do it come to me for that. Thank you.
Take what you can get, bro.
Hey, thank you. I need it. But I think for me, man, just live your truth. At the end of the day, I don't know how else better to put it, honestly. Because at the end of the day, man, people are gonna fact check you, and if you're living a certain way, social media, and take social media off. If you're fronting and lying about how happy you are, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's you personally, whatever that is, or it's success, people gonna come fact check you. And that's the reality you gotta live with yourself. You gotta look in the mirror and be like, damn, I just posted this picture, but I put like 400 filters on it. I definitely don't look like that. Right?
Exactly.
Or you're not just happy. So I think just be honest with yourself. Be strong. Stay out of the social media world if you can, or if you're strong enough to handle that, then handle it. Sorry.
All right, Jarrell?
I would say, this is gonna sound so harsh. I would say, listen, if you feel the need to front for social media, right? Then if you're a liar, be a liar, right? If that's who you are, just understand it's gonna eat you alive at some point, right? Regardless of whoever's perception, how that works, your own perception. When you look in that mirror and you know what you really have and who you really are, at some point that's gonna eat you out. Right, but that's fine. I shouldn't have worded it that.
You should.
But essentially, that's going to cause you a lot of problems, right?
Gotcha.
But if that's who you are, until you find a way to figure yourself out, I really suggest you do some soul searching in yourself and kind of understand who you are and start accepting yourself. Mm-hmm. Some people will never be able to point to do that, and unfortunately, they will always feed the people who want the drama.
Absolutely. My words of encouragement is two things: find a new hobby and learn to be all right with some things. Simple as that. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the shout outs. Listen, share this show tonight. Share it, like it. Yeah. Meet us back here next week, same time, same place. It is Valentine's Day next week, and so you know what we coming with, right? We gotta come with my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Love and Sex Talk. Oh my God. Meet us here next week, y'all. Same time, same place, right here on the Hottest Live
Shout out to
Radio.
AYO.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
God bless.
We'll see you next week.
We
love y'all.
Peace.
Hey, yo, G.